Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to the mailbag. If you're on Substack, don't be confused by the fact that it's called Editor's Desk. This is, in fact, the mailbag. I was not paying attention, and I pasted the Editor's Desk copy into everywhere and was able to fix it in most places, but not on Substack. Problem was I did the Editor's Desk earlier and I forgot to delete my notes. So when I copied and pasted, it just went everywhere. Well, hello, Clinton. Hello, G. James B. Hello, Amos. Hello, the Quaystar. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Robert. Welcome to the mailbag. Let's see what's in the mailbag. More holiday cards. So I went to my post office box this weekend. And since the last time I went to the post office box, which I don't remember exactly, it was like December 23rd, we got a picture of the Osborns. Thank you, the Osborns, for your lovely picture of your dogs. It's so lovely. Look at that. Look at this. Those beautiful looking dogs. Are they greyhounds or Salukis? Does it say? It has all their names, though. They don't look like they're all the same breed. That is fantastic. And Norm Fazika sent me a Christmas card, too. Thank you, Norm, Melinda, Helen, and Hattie. So there you go. We got physical Christmas cards, holiday cards, mail cards. I presume that's it. If anyone comes after, when did I go? On the 17th? It becomes a New Year's card, no matter what it says at that point. Trellbot says, I was talking about, by the way, I made the peppermint chocolate stout into bread on Saturday after I got back from going to the post office box. And it's great. It's really good. I did a video. It's on YouTube, on my channel, not on the DTNS channel, on my Ace to Tech channel, and on my Instagram of the whole process, if you want to see what goes into it. But it turned out great. Hey, KT Data. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Stealth Dave. Hey, How's the Films TV? Have you seen Brushwood's deepfake of you, Tom? Well, I've seen many deepfakes. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Hello, CPOTS50. So if you want to see the outcome of the beer bread, go check that out. Trellbot says, I used to give mini loaves of beer bread to my grandparents for the various yearly holidays. One time I used an IPA and the beer ended up tasting like banana. There was no banana flavor in the beer. Odd. We enjoyed eating slices warmed with a bit of nice butter. I have to say, the peppermint chocolate stout bread reminds me of banana bread in consistency. It's that moist, kind of crumbly consistency. It does not taste like banana, though. It tastes like chocolate. I wonder what it is in an IPA that would make it taste like banana. You know, Joe, who's quietly lurking in the background on today's mailbag, Joe suggested I should just do a series of different beers turned into bread and then drink the beer and eat the bread and do a review of what the change is like. What do you think? Would you sign on? Could it become so popular that I cancel DTNS and just be like, I'm just the beer bread guy now. And then I'm like the hot sauce guy and I'm having like celebrities come on and trying beer bread, bringing their favorite beer, and I turn it into bread. This is my future. Or I keep doing this.
Okay.
Joe.
I don't want to be out of a job, so I'm just,
It was your idea.
I know. I just didn't know you'd take the world by storm.
We'll see. I might do a second. Let's start with, will Tom ever do a second beer bread video?
There we go. Start with that.
See where it goes from there. Zoe's very excited that you spoke up, Joe. I'm just saying.
Hi, Zoe.
William DeJong said, I am here for more beer bread talk with Tom. Send it. Smiling emoji. Then it becomes a talk show. I like the idea of the beer bread talk show too. Michelle and Aaron Fiedler, does Marmite evolve into Vegemite, or does Vegemite evolve into Marmite? This question seems fraught with the blood of many Australians and Brits. Vegemite versus Marmite. Which came first? Let's find out. Marmite came first in 1902. Vegemite was created as an Australian alternative in 1923 after World War I supply issues. That's according to the London Evening Standard. So, in Pokemon terms, your Marmite evolves into Vegemite. Does that make the Vegemite more powerful, though? And what stone, KT Data says, what stone do you need to use? Oh, I forgot to turn on the comments here. Yeah, everybody can see them. CPOTS50 wants me to stick with tech. I do seem to be okay at it. Maybe I can keep both going, you know? I've never been able to stop doing the technology stuff. So it's quite possible that even if I become a world famous beer bread vlogger, which, you know, we all grew up wanting to be, I could probably still do DTNS. Does Marmite evolve into Vegemite, or does Vegemite evolve into Marmite? I guess Marmite evolves into Vegemite. But we still don't know what stone to use. And then what does Vegemite evolve into? Supermite? Marmite, Vegemite, and what else is like them? New Zealand's Sanitarium Marmite, Promite, Mighty Mite, Germany's Vitamar, Swiss Cenovis, and beef-based Bovril. Those are all possibilities for the next evolution. I kind of like Mighty Mite. That seems like the right one, right? That could be the final form, I would assume. All right. We have a store, dailytechnewsshow.com. By the way, that's all the emails. So if you want to hear more, send some more emails. Feedback@dailytechnewsshow.com. We have a store, the DTNS collection. Do we need to make that say SS now for spring, summer?
Sure.
And then we change it to FW for fall, winter, you know, like all the high fashion brands, because we are a high fashion brand, Joe.
True, we are.
Zoe says the hat is awesome. I'm glad you think so, Zoe. I like this hat too. Yeah, we got stickers. We got sarsaparilla mugs. We got pint glasses. We got the book. But is that enough? No, it's not. So we're going to add some stuff live on the show. What do we got? We got a bucket hat. DTNS Live bucket hat. So basically, Joe, all I need to do is write a description of what this bucket hat is, right?
Yes. And then make it live. And
then it's ready to go.
Yep.
And then you can race to be the first to buy the DTNS Live bucket hat. I don't think there's anything bad if I show this. I want to show the... Oh, wait, yeah, I can show that. That's not bad at all. That's the actual... This isn't live yet, but this is what it'll look like. You can get it in gray. For a second, I thought making it gray made it disappear. Gray or beige or white. Wait, is it beige? No, it's khaki. White or navy or basic black. Bucket hat to hold beers for bread. CPOTS, you definitely put a slash between the two S's. S/S. That helps. Thank you, Amos. How do I describe? Look, sometimes you need the brim of your hat to go all the way around. Sometimes you need that hat to also express your love for DTNS. And sometimes you need a spare bucket on your head. This hat does all three. What do we think?
That works.
Sometimes you need the brim of your hat to go all the way around. Sometimes you need the hat to also express your love for DTNS. And sometimes you need a spare bucket on your head. This hat does all three. So I should get rid of the also, though. Sometimes you need that hat to express. Sometimes you need a hat. Now I'm doing this Steve Jobs thing.
You're whittling it down.
It's a brim that goes all the way around. It expresses love for DTNS. It's a spare bucket. Are you getting it? No, seriously. Are you actually getting it? Navy is a classic bucket hat color. Exactly, Rose Kitty. All right, so I save that. Now, who can be the first to find the bucket hat? Actually, when you go to the store now, does it automatically show up at the top? Or do we have to put it up there?
I'll make it go to the top.
You'll make it go to the top. You make it go to the top, Joe.
All right,
Bucket hat
it's
equals
now at
beach
the
wear
top.
equals pool wear equals sun wear. Good point. Good point, Ambassador Domo. Perfect for the beach. Not just the Andy Beach.
Can't help yourself, can you?
What's that?
Can't help yourself, can you?
No, I can't.
I know. I've
I have
experienced
no
it.
respect for SEO. It's a
Puns
failing
must
of mine.
flow. The puns must flow.
Listen, man, it's what I do. What is that you're drinking? I heard that.
Sorry, it's my lemonade.
Whoa, it sounded delicious.
Thank you.
Okay. Sun protection equals smart hat. This is Joe's white whale right here. A keyboard mat.
Finally.
DTNS logo in the lower left. Sarah, me, and Roger in the upper right. Your keyboard in the middle. Yeah.
They finally make it in colors.
All right. So now I got to come up with a description for this one. I love a keyboard mat. It keeps my keyboard steady. Keeps my desktop clean. And makes everything. And let's love keyboard. I love a keyboard mat. Keeps my keyboard steady. Keeps my desktop clean. And makes everything in my life just a little better. But my keyboard mat is not as good as this one, because this one has Roger, Sarah, and Tom on it. I need this one, and so do you. I don't know where these come from. I don't know if they're any good. Tom, Sarah, and Roger, keeping your key. I'm going to steal that. Tom, Sarah, and Roger, keeping your keyboard company. All while giving you smooth. KT, I'm going to have to give you writing credit on this. All while giving you smooth mouse movements. You know, the weird thing is I have a keyboard mat and I don't use it for my mouse.
What do you use it?
What am I even? I use this ancient DTNS mouse pad.
Oh my God. How old is that?
Which is over the new one.
Really?
Yes. This is
okay.
This is like grandma thinking of like, well, I don't want the new one to get dirty.
So you're couch covering your mouse pad?
I'm totally couch covering my mouse pad.
Okay.
You know what it is? I just really like the old logo. I miss it. Not that it's gone. We still have some merch with it on, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. KT Data writes a lot of clickbait. Maybe I should just outsource these to Kevin. Okay, there we go. Making it public. Get that keyboard mat. Get that mat. Get that mat. There it is. The keyboard mat. It's got us. It's got logos. And you may also like the bucket hat. Yeah. Whoa. So there you go. Live additions to the store. Should we do a bonus third live edition? Wait.
Okay.
You're like,
I did 2. I didn't know I needed to do 3.
No, because we have the staff polo.
Oh, you're going to release that. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you know you're showing your screen right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't, but it's fine.
Okay.
Staff polo from Adidas. Amos and Tom kept these to themselves at CES, but then somebody, Tom, decided to make them available for all of you to buy. It has the DTNS logo. It has a QR code that links to the site. And it's sporty. And KT Data has one of these. You're right, actually. Amos, Kevin, and Tom. I forgot that for a second. But then somebody decided to make them available for all of you to buy. It has there we go. All right, saving it out. And making it public. The DTNS staff polo. You can sneak into DTNS events and pretend you're staff.
There we go.
Maybe should I add that?
Sure.
Can sneak into DTNS events and pretend you're Roger.
He'll love that.
Oh, you're welcome, Amos. I don't usually enjoy an Oxford comma because I came up in the Associated Press, but you might have to get yourself a keyboard mat, Zoe. You just might have to. All right. So they're in there, but you got to find them. If you go to all products, they show up right at the beginning. Go to dailytechnewsshow.com/store, click all products, and go right to the top. Why is the polo after the hat? Oh, I guess because I created it before we created the hat.
I'll move it over. Hold on.
Yeah, that's all right.
So
Move it on over. Let's put these in British pounds for Zoe. There you go. Now you see the prices. Keyboard mat's only 17 pounds. Screaming deal. What is it in MYR? Malaysian rupees. How many won? Wait, I have Japanese yen but no won. Mexican pesos. Singapore dollars. Is that SEK? That's South African kroner. So many different. It's weird which ones are accepted. I mean, all anybody cares about is euros, though, honestly. 15.5 by 31.5. Quite big. And if you have an idea for a product or a design, if you're like, I'd like the bucket hat, but what I'd like on it, or the keyboard mat, let us know. Just feedback at dailytechnewsshow.com. That's what the mailbag is all about. Keeping it real. I thought I guess we just didn't have that many mailbags. I thought this would take longer, especially live adding products on the stream. I mean, that's high production stuff. I like big things, so I should get it. I think you do. I did a little cleaning up in here. and it doesn't feel like I did. I say that because I'm looking around and it still looks like a junky mess, but I did. I got some things off the floor. I'm telling you, CES, the holidays, and then like having a puppy for a year and a half really got in the way of maintaining my life. But I do feel like I'm starting to get on top of it. Stitched edges? Really, KT Data? I don't think I even realized that. More details. Let's see. 3 millimeter thick neoprene with an anti-slip backing. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you can see the stitched edges. I'm going to have to do QVC style TikTok shop. Get one of these. Send it to me.
But then you'll put your other mouse pad on it on top of the other mouse pad.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, because I have a keyboard mat.
Okay.
Here, let me switch to the other camera so I can show you just how ridiculous I am. Wait, oh, there. I got to point it down. So, there's the mouse pad, and there's the keyboard mat.
Okay. It's nice.
It is. It's a nice keyboard mat. It's very boring and dull, but it's starting to bulge a little right there. You know, it's getting.
Is it like pleather or neoprene?
It's pleather.
Okay.
I don't know if it's actually neoprene. It does have stitched edges though. Yeah. So it's mouse pads all the way down. You know what I need? Another mouse pad.
Okay.
Put one right over the top. I have a Mars mouse pad. Can I see it from here? Where is it? What did I do with it? You're right over there. Oh. It's a mouse pad of a picture of Mars. I could just put that on top. Reason I stopped using it, I was using it for a while, but it got it's too slick. Whatever material they used, it was like too slippery. I didn't like it. What happens if I go into the keyboard mat and I want to buy a sample? Oh, okay, not bad. I get a little bit of a discount. How many mouse pads do you think I need?
Well, how high up do you want your arm?
Yeah, it could actually be good for ergonomics to just stack the mouse pads up so that my arm is perfectly level. Oh, that's amazing. Can we make a producer's keyboard mat that says it has Joe and Amos and Roger, but it just has Amos and Roger?
Sure.
And Joe, maybe Joe is like a silhouette.
It's just a shadow.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll need to get somebody to make art. And then we'd have to have Hammond and Victor too. That's an editor's. We could have an editor's mat. We could have a producer's mat, an editor's mat. These are very tiny mouse pads.
I think they're coasters. But
they are coasters.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yes.
I think you're confused.
All right, let's check the feeds before we go. AI researchers map models to banish demon persona, the register. Researchers from Anthropic and other organizations have observed situations in which LLMs act like a helpful personal assistant and are trying to study the phenomena further to make sure chatbots don't go off the rails and this is not news. This is just an update on the progress. Nova Launcher might offer a version with ads. Okay. Well, I'm glad somebody bought Nova Launcher, but still. That's not the best outcome, I guess. Who will make Super Bowl 60? Super Bowl 60. Oh. Why did that just make me feel so old? Super Bowl 60. Sorry. There's a lot of junk in there today. I'm going to narrow in on the tech. Usually the news stuff I can just kind of not see it, but I think there's more news right now. Okay. Nova Launcher. Immigration. That's not news. That's not tech. Oh, that's why, because all the tech news has a bunch of news in it. We did the Andy Jassy thing on DTNS this morning. Jason had that one in. Mozilla starts offering RPMs of Firefox nightly. Okay. Sony giving TCL. This is all stuff we had in DTNS this morning. TCL and Sony. That is intriguing, that whole TCL Sony thing. It's not as simple as like Sony's just bailing. But it is also Sony not being in the TV business properly themselves. They're an investor in the TV business, and a minority one at that. Ooh, Samsung discounted micro SD storage. Okay. Yeah, there's not much broke. We are in that post-CES trough. It was a holiday in the US yesterday. Post-CES. We've kind of worked through all the post-CES news at this point. The reverberations are starting to fade. And it really is just like we're just waiting for the ramp up of Mobile World Congress and Samsung Unpacked. That's the next wave that'll start to raise. How about a social media managers, Matt? Zoe, you want to send us a picture? We'll just use your bacon. We'll just use your bacon logo. And yeah, Kevin, you and Allison, CES has not ended for. You're still editing CES videos. You're crazy, the amount of stuff that you crank out. You and Steve and Allison and Rose Kitty and Dito, y'all are amazing. All right. Joe, what else should I talk about before I end the stream? Anything I'm forgetting?
Can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything? Are you okay?
Nothing. Blank. Completely void inside here.
Oh, no. Okay. I have one little... Should I tell a little inside story?
Sure.
Should I dish a little?
Sure.
Just between you and me and the people on the stream?
Sure.
Well, first of all, Kevin wants to know if we're going to see you in Salt Lake City for
as far as I know, yes. We are doing our
that's
plans and deciding whether to drive or fly.
Got it. I need to talk to Scott at some point about what we're doing. I assume we're doing something.
Oh, you've been mentioned. You had mentioned.
Yeah, I know we're doing something. I just don't know exactly what it is, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Zoe's going to drive from the UK. That's great. Glad you're
that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Watertight.
There's that one long bridge.
Duck.
It goes from Ireland to Iceland.
It's a long way. It's a long way around. Long way home.
Okay. So here's the dish. This weekend, Veronica Belmont inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame.
Woo!
And she very kindly asked me to record the introduction video for her. So really just me saying like, Veronica's great. She totally deserves this because she's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Veronica Belmont, some version of that. So I got put on an email from the organizer, Rob, great guy. And that email has all of the assets. Like, here's the recording, here's some photos, like great stuff, right? Like, especially for people who were there. I wasn't there, but for people who were there, being able to see that. And that's how Veronica was able to see my intro video and stuff. So that was all good. Everything's good. And then someone responds with a question and I'm like, oh no. And it's not a huge list. Okay. It's a small list, but I'm like, are we in a reply all situation? And it was a legitimate question. It was like, hey, do you have these assets? Because I'd like to do some social media, blah, blah, blah. And I start to get annoyed. I start to just a little of like, is this going to be a reply all where everybody's like just replying all? And then we get somebody replying all like, hey, everybody stop replying all. Like I start thinking that way. And then here's the dishy part. Dan Carlin was also inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And Dan responds with like, hey, I just want to say, I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there, but thank you. It's a great honor and, really nice things. And I'm like, immediately, I'm like, well, I guess if Dan's replying to all, it's fine.
Yeah, you're in the clear. Like he's good.
I never really actually got annoyed. It was more that thing of like, is this going to turn into it? Of course it didn't, but it was funny. It's like, oh, well, I mean, I guess if he replied all, he is Dan Carlin after all.
Yeah.
Veronica has not replied all yet. She probably replied directly, is my guess. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny how context changes everything. All right. Thank you for subscribing, Chaz Basden. It's good of you to do that on the old Twitch. Yeah, and congratulations to Veronica once again. That's all I got. I'm going to peace on out of here. And I will see you for Cord Killers, if you are so inclined, if you celebrate, in just about an hour and 10 minutes with Amos and Brian Brushwood. And the full experience this week is the ultimate episode of Star Trek the Animated Series. So doing Cord Killers and then right into Star Trek the Animated Series. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later. Have a great couple of days and talk to you for DTNS Live on Thursday if I don't see you before that. Bye, everybody. Send me an email, feedback@dailytechnewsshow.com.